fine with that.
Rabbi, you didn't like the candle.
You had recommended someone for me to reach out to. I forgot the name of the woman.
Allison. Allison.
So we'll wait another minute.
Allison Sands, right?
You can light the little one though.
Yeah?
You like the little one,
Like,
yeah.
the little one always gets lit.
Let's check the live stream. Let's check the live stream.
There you go, you got it. Hey, don't come this here.
What's that? You say phew? Why were you fewing? Phew. Oh, no. Yeah? Are you serious? I don't know. I'm just thinking over here. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. I have no idea. Now I have to bring it up.
No.
Now I'll bring it up. You're a shachlanu with you. This is so exciting. I had no idea.
Here you go. You tell me we are. You see now?
No, I definitely want to light the candles. Here, no, I definitely want to light the candles.
How could I do that and play at the same time?
I don't know. Play what? Candle lessons?
But we just sing it. I don't have to play it. We'll just sing it. I know.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Are you kidding? I'm so excited.
Well, if you're so excited, I want to know why.
No. No.
Amy's here too.
Who?
I need to know why you're
Yep,
excited.
Amy's here.
It's Friday. Good. You like it. You get to know it. I'll go up there with Rabbi.
Lydia's here.
Yes.
So, several. You have several fans.
Yes.
Rabbi Emma's up there with you so she can see you.
What?
Whenever you have the time,
Just today?
whenever you have the time, I'd like to talk about preaching.
Okay. It's not me though. I don't know anything about the priest. I'm not the guy.
I know, but
I don't know.
You can open the song or you're going to open the
you can put in a good word.
You could open the song. Is that what you want? Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want.
I'm going to open with something.
Tell me what you want.
Well, but let me borrow this.
All right, one more. הנה מה טובו מנעים, שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טובו מנעים, שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבר אחים גם יחד. הללויה, 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 הללויה. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבר אחים
Hello and Shabbat Shalom, everybody. So nice to have you here on this Erev Shabbat. If you don't know who this is, her name is Robin Kuda, and she is a wonderful and important and incredible staple here at Congregation B'nai Israel. You might not have seen her because she's usually makes her appearances on Shabbat mornings, not on Friday nights. But you will quickly, as you already might have heard, she is lovely and fabulous, and you can hang out with her a lot more, particularly on Shabbat mornings, because she's always a great contributor and is a great learner and teacher. She's a teacher herself. And I just found out after all these years at Congregation B'nai Israel, this is actually her first Friday night service. After all of these years at Congregation B'nai Israel, this is her first Friday night, even though she's a staple for years and years here at CBI, and we are blessed to have her. So we got
in a leadership role.
Yes,
right,
yes. This is She's been here many Shabbatot. In terms of
I got friends
helping to officiate the service. This is her first time co-officiating a Friday night service. I'll clarify. So since it's the first time, we have to say Shechianu. Let's do it together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shechianu v'kiyimanu v'giyanu lazman hazeh. Woo! Excited.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. I'm so excited. So excited. Oh, the interpretation. Bless you and our God, rules the universe, who gives us life, sustains us, and brings us this very wonderful, special moment in our lives together. That's what I said in Hebrew. Amen. If you're your first time or 100th time, you just reach under your seat. That's where your prayer book is. It should be right there. If it's not under your seat, it's close by under another seat. If you are going to reach under someone else's seat, ask them first. Because unless they're related to you or a really close friend. Otherwise, you're going to make a really close friend or a quick enemy. And I'm going to suggest that you just ask very kindly, may I reach under your seat for the book. Also, the chapel is full of different prayer books because we use this room for also weekday and festival prayers. So please make sure that the cover of your book says Shabbat on it, because this is the room we use a lot for varying other services. So if your front of your book says weekday and festival, please don't use that one. Please use a different book, the one that says Shabbat on it, because it's going to be a lot better. Please. A lot better. So, and in honor of this first Friday night, we're going to ask Robin to light our Shabbat candles, which can be found on page 2 in your Siddur, page 2.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Amen.
And together we will sing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
So our Shabbat candles are lit. Even though the sun is still up, we can begin Shabbat whenever we want to. There are a couple of ways that you can begin Shabbat, actually. The first official way to begin Shabbat on Friday night is if the sun goes down. Then it is Shabbat. You have no control over that one. The other option, by the way, is to sing a special psalm, a psalm of Shabbat, Psalm 92. If you sing Psalm 92 a little earlier than sundown, you can begin your Shabbat. And, or if you light Shabbat candles a little earlier, you can begin Shabbat. So we officially began Shabbat, even though we can be a little early because the sun is still up, but we get extra hours now of Shabbat, so which is nice. So we can exhale the week and breathe in our special time of Shabbat, as we will continue now with Lecha Dodi, which can be found on page 20 and 21. We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, standing when we get to verse 9 and facing the door to welcome in the Shabbat bride, page 20. Oh, we should do Kiddush. We should do Kiddush. We should do Kiddush. Oh, we'll do Kiddush at the end. We'll do Kiddush at the end. It's okay. It's fine. It's still okay. Don't worry. God will understand, and it's still appropriate. So we're going to continue with Lecha Dodi 1, 2, 5, and 9. 9. Once again, we'll stand and face the door to welcome in the Shabbat bride. We continue now on page 20 and 21.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmiyanu El Ha'em Yochad Adonai Echad Ushmo Echad L'Shemot Tiferet V'Le'Tehila Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechuvanecha Ki mikor ha'bracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat techila Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Hitoreri kiva orech kumi Ori shir debari kevod Adonai alayech nigla Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam besimcha uv'tzochola Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela
We're going to remain standing. We're going to remain standing and continue now with our call to worship with Baruch Hu on page 28. 28.
La 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach
אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בדברו מעריב ערבים, בחוכמה פותח שערים, ובבונם משנה עתים ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם, בהכיר כרצונו. Blessed are you, Adonai, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Let's continue on the bottom of page 33, and let's alternate paragraphs. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. The more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love and this holiest of your works and living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. 34:35.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. We continue Ve'ahavta on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיו והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Elohechem emet. Let's read together on the top of page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. There's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Micha Mocha, page 40.
Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Ba'elim Adonai. Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh, Nora Tehilot, Osei Fele, Nora Tehilot, Osei Fele. Who is like thee? Who is like thee? God among the mighty. Who is like thee? Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Ba'elim Adonai, Ba'elim Adonai, Ba'elim Adonai.
Let's continue on the top of page 43. Let's read that little paragraph on the top together. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts. We may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, apores sukat shalom aleinu, va'kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 42, Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu
Beautifully sung. The words of Hashkivenu by the arrangement by Dan Nichols, who is probably, since it's summertime, great summer choice, by the way. It's probably, remember Dan Nichols, he's been here several times. He's probably somewhere around the country at various Jewish summer camps playing this song to all the various students and campers. And he always talks about how he loves going to different Jewish summer camps because they have morphed his song into their own thing with the hand motions and and all the different things that they do, and they add words and add motions, and he loves to go. It's his song, and he goes to show up at certain camps, and they're doing it differently than he does it because they've accepted it into their own. So I'm sure simultaneously, as this was happening right here, it was probably happening at other Jewish summer camps at this moment, probably all over the country. So beautiful, bringing Dan into our space. We're going to continue now with the Amidah, which can be found on page 46 in your Sidurim, and together we stand.
Adonai sifatai tiftach uhufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol v'zocher chastei avot v'imahot u'mevii geula livnei bneihem lema'an shemo b'ahava melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye hakol atzarav lehoshia, morid hatal, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofei cholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha bal gevurot, umido melach, melech meimir umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emanata lechayot hakol, baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol, atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, uktokshim bechol yom yahalelucha selah, baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
We continue silently now, beginning here on page 52 through page 62. And when you're finished, please be seated.
Say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'himru, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'himru, oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, tevel v'imru, amen.
How many people are into sports? Sports fans? Sports? Okay, all right, nice. Okay, I got a couple of right up there, a couple of reluctant hands, some so-so hands, and then a couple of people who are like, nope. But you'll get this. I presume that I feel like there are particularly two really difficult moments. I've never coached anything in my life. You know how like some dads are like, they coach Little League and soccer, and no, not me. So I know you look at me and you think really sporty. That's so I know that's the first thing you think of, really sporty. I am not really, shockingly, I'm not really sporty. So I never wanted to put that pain onto anyone else. So, but presumably I would imagine there are very difficult moments for a coach. Probably when you're on a winning streak, it's probably actually really hard to be a coach because you have to continue to motivate players to be able to do that. And probably after a loss or several losses, you have to be a really good coach to be able to say, it's okay, we're going to do it, we'll come together, team efforts. And I feel like there are sometimes, particularly if you're a coach and there's a very, very big game or there's a very big winning streak, and then there's a loss. I feel like that's really difficult because sort of the season is lost in that moment, even though there was all this momentum that was going to the possible championship game, and then losing just before the game that gets you the championship is probably a huge letdown. Presumably because nor have I ever played in any of those games, nor have I ever coached any of those games, nor have my kids ever played in any of those games, because, yes. So I presume, though, that these are difficult moments. I'm going to tell you that on this Shabbat, Team Israelites are in that spot. The Israelites are in this, they have been doing okay in their winning streak, and last week they had a huge loss. And so it's this week, by the way, that the coach, meaning Moses, needs to figure out how to get the team to play. Because last week was the devastating loss of the season. They were doing okay until now. They had been putting it together, winning some, losing some, but the possibility of advancing to the great final game is now officially over because of last week. And so this week, Moses has to figure out what to say and what to do. So last week was the Torah portion of Shlach Lecha, the greatest Torah portion of all Torah portions that ever existed in the Torah. Because that was the one that I read on my bar mitzvah. So yes, so it was the best Torah portion, clearly, of all Torah portions, was last week in Shlach Lecha. The problem with Shlach Lecha is that it's the story of the spies, which is a great story of the spies, and then if you know the spies come back, and 12 of those spies give negative reports, and 2 of those spies give positive reports. The 2 of the spies that give positive reports are Joshua and Caleb. The rest of the Israelites give negative reports, and God says, because you could not see the possibility of going into the land, all of you here today, meaning all the people who were alive in that moment, God says, you're not going to go into the land. So that happens last week. So we come into this week, and Moses has to tell the Israelites somehow it's going to be okay, even though they now officially know that none of them are going to go in the promised land. Even, by the way, because the list of people who were listed, it only says Joshua and Caleb, Moses' name is not on there either. And neither is Aaron's name. And neither is Miriam's name. So it is a difficult moment for the Israelites. And Moses has to figure out what to do. And so he needs a huge win. He needs a good Torah portion this week to lift him up. And what does he get? A really terrible Torah portion against him. Because this week's Torah portion is called Korach. 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 You have to... Korach. Korach. So Korach is a man, name of a person, actually a relative of Moses and Aaron and Miriam. And he comes forward and begins the Torah portion by saying, essentially, Moses, you have gone too far. All the community are holy. Why do you raise yourself up above us? This is what Moses has to deal with this week. Even though he had to deal with the terrible, difficult, crushing news of last week, now he's in this week. And he has to figure out what to do. And Korach shows up. And not only Korach, but a bit of his two henchmen who are terrible and they're awful. And we'll talk more about them tomorrow morning. So if you want to hear more about the henchmen and the really difficult details of a Torah portion, join us in this very room at 9 a.m. tomorrow. You can just stay if you want to. I might just stay. I'll get more sleep, by the way, if I just stay and then come just, if I look like this, by the way, exactly the same way, then you're like, he got a good night's sleep and he stayed here at the shul. But you're gonna find out that it's very difficult, and the first thing that Moses does, it's literally in the Torah, it says, he falls on his face, is what it says. And so interpretations say the possibility is that he literally falls on his face. Some people say that it's as if his face fell, meaning the sort of the sorrow, the anger, the challenge, the color drained from him. Some people say. And some people say that he fell on his face because there are other times in the moment that he started to pray, actually, and that he didn't know what the answer was, and so he turns to God. He turns to God all the time, but no one's really sure. So either his face falls, he falls on his face physically, or it's the moment for him to reach out to God and say, I actually don't know what to do anymore at this point. I'm out of options. I don't know. I tried. The team was doing well. We got the bad news last week. Now this guy wants to, he's yelling, he's challenging my leadership. I don't know what to do, essentially. And so Moses is faced with this impossible task on how could he lead the people when they knew they were not going to make it into the promised land. How do you have a conversation when you already sort of know the outcome? How do you motivate that team? How do we do that? And I'm asking you on this Shabbat, by the way, to think about that. There are probably moments in our lives, and we're going on a pretty good path, and then we get sort of beaten down, and we need a little bit of inspiration, and maybe we don't get it immediately. And it's difficult. And it's very challenging. And I'll tell you what, when we talk about this more tomorrow, there is no really fabulous response to this Torah portion. It's just to know that really what's good for us is to know is that Moses will respond more intricately and in more detail, which is better for us to look at literally holding pieces of text, which we'll do tomorrow. He responds like a human would. He responds in every sort of emotion. When you get this, when you feel this, he's upset, he's angry, he's shocked, he's upset, he's appalled. He reaches out to God. He does all of these things because it's the natural thing that he does. And the Torah wants to remind us, particularly Rambam, who is a great commentator, wants to remind us that the best part of Moses is that he was human. He was not divine. He was not God. He was not an angel. He was just a human being who was trying to guide the Israelites as best as he possibly could. And so how do we take these kind of moments? How do we, if we were the coaches, what do we say? What do we say to one another? What do we say to one another when the team is needed the win, but we don't get it? What do? We hope for better, and we encourage. And what's really good about being Jews in a Jewish community is that we have one another. Is that we're never alone in these moments. We're never alone in these difficult challenges. We have one another to be able to lean on and to rest on. Well, there's another time, but then that's why we always have community. So he does the best that he can. And so I invite all of us on this Shabbat maybe to reflect on the coaches we've had. Reflect on the games that you've watched. Think of the sports teams that you love who have triumphed or failed on that sort of superficial fun level. But also think on the Shabbat of the deeper thoughts of how would we examine this moment? What would we do in this situation? And truly, it's not just a cliffhanger, but truly, to better understand this, and if it does intrigue you, Korach is one of the most intriguing and fascinating Torah portions in the Torah, and we'll be discussing this little section tomorrow. So bonus, it's summer hours. So the service tomorrow is at 9 o'clock and not at 8:30. So half an hour extra of sleep, so you can come and join us tomorrow morning to discuss a little bit more about how Moses deals with this, because he deals with it. I'm not going to say he deals with it perfectly, but he deals with it. And so maybe that's what we have to do as well. Understand that we're humans, and when we deal with these things, we simply just do the best that we possibly can. No, it's his name. It's the guy's name. His name is Korach. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah. We'll talk all about him tomorrow. And so on this Shabbat, I wish us all lots of wins and lots of successes and lots of happy moments and lots of great things. But in the moments that are challenging, in the times that our team fails, or if we do fail, I invite us to seek a lot of internal strength and to also find one another, because that's what truly a holy community is. Shabbat Shalom. We are going to think of those in our community who are in need of healing, a physical, emotional, or spiritual healing. Here at CBI, we're thinking of Michael Alexander, Noah Applebaum, Gary Bandel, Tori Bandel, Paula Barbison, Joseph Berg, Carol Berger, Diane Barnick, Gwen Bullock, Sophie Bullock, Maxine Burstein, Fran Butwin, Shana Call, Janet Cohen, Sanford Cohen, Les Cole, Scott Cohen, Peter Davidson, Marcia Davis, Mark Davis, Beth Durham, Phyllis Eisenberg, Mona Elfin, Alan Garmeis, Stuart Gottlieb, Rachel Greenfader, Jordana Hirsch, Donna Hirsch Grossman, Ira Kafka, Shirley Kafka, Naomi Kirstein, Michelle Kingen, Patty Kitts, Lori Naffo, Russell Winter, Howard Manass, Isaac Margulies, Darlene Mintz, Lydia Nahum, Barbara Newmark, Louis Olsek, Danielle Peskin, Laura Petrella, Carol Porwich, Elliot Porwich, Alex Ramos, Daphne Rechavia, Michael Romero, Julius Rosenberg, Howard Rosenbluth, Eileen Rosengard, Etta Rubin, Kathy Ruggiero, Joshua Levi Salad, David Schwartz, Mel Schwartz, Susan Schwartzmost, Joan Seidman, Ned Shanloff, Patty Shanloff, Danielle Shaw Beal, Karen Seeger, George Silver, Helen Silverman, Robin Soblik, Nelson Soto, Diane Spiro, David Sterling, Christine Cesnat, Sandy Tankus, Norma Uziel, Davida Avital Warshanger, Dave Weiner, Bobby Weider, Leslie Winthrop, Roseanne Youngstein, Miriam Yoshua bat Bela Dina, Naor ben Dalia, Rivka Mirala bat Gittel, Yosef Shmuel ben Levi Yitzchak, Mordechai Avraham ben Malka, Dvorah bat Sarah, Shimona bat Shoshana, Avigail bat Shimona Zahava, ben Yosef ben Sipora, Zev Aryeh ben Chana Leah. To those names, we add any name that you'd like to add at this time.
Ira Mandel.
Shabbat can be found on page 253 in your Siddur.
Mi sheberach avoteinu mikor habracha lehimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
First announcement for us tonight is that we have a rabbi in the back. So Rabbi Marcy Block is here with us in the back. So woohoo, yay, Rabbi Marcy Block. And her mishpucha, she brought them all to sing along. They're going to come up at the end and lead the rest of the service. They're going to do the next hour. They're going to do of the service. So yeah, particularly the girls, because they go to a great school.
Yes.
Go to a great day school, and they have a great teacher. So which is my wife. Great, excellent. Also, on June 28th, is that, yes, a special welcome to our singles. That already happened? Why is this still on here? Why is this on here? Okay. Hebrew already started. Hebrew learning has started. If you want to join the Ulpan, I think there's only one course so far that was in. You might be able to still jump in if you want to do our Hebrew learning course. You're invited to the movie called Hollywoodism, Jews, Movies, and the American Dream. That's part of the Nagel Family Jewish Film Festival on Wednesday, July 10th at 6:30. Registration is required, but you should come and hang out. Again, Hollywoodism, Jews, Movies, and the American Dream. I believe there'll be popcorn. So it's going to be great. So really, there's popcorn, so you should come and see a good movie. Yeah, and probably coffee. Have you ever wanted to be a contestant on Supermarket Sweep? Well, here's your chance to pretend you are while benefiting Little Free Pantry. Join us on Sunday, July 14th at 10:30 a.m. at the Walmart on Palmetto Park Road in 441 for a lot of good old-fashioned competitive fun. While doing good for the community. Prizes will be awarded. Prizes. July 28th is our summer Chardonnay Shabbat. Join us for a special oneg following services with wine and light bites. Rabbi Silvers is hosting a 2-part coffee and conversation class at 11 a.m. on July 31st and August 7th. Join him as he discusses the 7 mystical creatures found in the Torah and Tanakh over a coffee and bagel. I feel like mystical characters fit perfectly with a bagel and coffee. We're delighted to announce, if you haven't heard already, our brand new auxiliary called Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai vows to educate and enliven our congregation, weaving Israel into the framework of CBI. So lots of Israel stuff coming at you. You should know, by the way, we've been talking about this for months now, that we were building bomb shelters, and we have completed the build of 3 bomb shelters. It is done. So Congregation of Israel has built 3 bomb shelters in the south of Israel, and we are about to put all the information and final touches on it, on how they're going to look, because we can make them look and put like our logo on it and stuff, so they're going to be in the south. So we have completed it. We completed it about 10 days ago. So all of the last funding came in. So thank you to anyone who contributed any amount of money, because we were able to build 3 bomb shelters through the Jewish National Fund USA in Israel. And 4th or 7th graders here tonight? No? Anyone feel like they're a 4th or 7th grader tonight? Great. Okay. I think those are all the announcements that I have for us. Join us for Oneg after the service, and then once again tomorrow morning for our service and study in this very room at 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. We'll be back. We are going to begin to conclude our service. Aleinu 282 in your Siddur, and together we stand.
L'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liyotzeh breshit, shelo asanu kagoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, vanachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד Oshemo, Oshemo, Oshemo Echad.
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own Zichronam Livracha. May their memories be for a blessing in the period of Shiva. We think of Marcy Novik. In Shloshim, the immediate 30-day mourning period, we think of Heather Kahn Hendel and Laura Skeets Garfunkel Friedkin. Yahrzeits that occur for us this week: Melissa Schnaffner, Morris Starkman, Rose Katz, Jack Siegel, Perry Laguna, Julius Gershin, Ned Marcus, Samuel Carlin, Hyman Goldberg, Gertrude Levy, Julio Barrios Jr., Peter Pecorera, Pearl Gillens, Mary Cohen, Oslick J. Paul Breakstone, Victor Hescheles, Shulamit Salem, Ned Marcus, Arthur Stricker, Mitchell Kravitz, Betty Mickler Wides, Charlotte Rosenberg, Leonard Harris Garner, Carl Graham Bennett, Dina Savage, Molly Solansky, Harold Shear, Edith Chernikoff, Florence Waters, Donna List, William Rudolph, Harry Marin, Rose Joseph, Robert Koppelman, Melvin Rosen, Murray Kogan, Lita Hyman. To those names, we add any name that you'd like to add at this time. Kaddish Tom Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 294. יתגדל ויקדש מרבה, בעמד יברח חיותי וימליך מלכותי, בחיי חון וביומי חון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה וזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. As together we say, amen. We are in these days continually thinking of the land of Israel and thinking of what's been going on there in terms of not only the external war, but also, if you're watching the news carefully, internal wars in Israel too, about within the secular and the Orthodox. And so we try to meld our hearts together in connection with the land of Israel, with Hatikva, which can be found on page 374 at the bottom of the page, 374.
Kadima, Ein Letzion, Sophia, Od lo avda tikvatenu, Hatikva בת שנות 2000, ליותם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון ירושלים, ליותם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון ירושלים.
Come back now and do a little kiddush and motzi for everyone. Five.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. B'Shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lamikra'e kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Chaim. Simple, right?
Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. May God give strength unto our people, continue to bless us with hope and strength and love and peace. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.